Today I'm creating a beginner-friendly set using Burano's Polygel kit. So if you want to see what I created using these products, please keep watching. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. If you're not already subscribed, please consider doing so. So today I'm going to create a simple set, beginner-friendly set. I've already done my right hand. And the products that I'm using are the paper forms that I received from Burano. I'm using Young Nails Protein Bond, Burano's Top and Base Coat, the Burano Slip Solution, and the color that I'm using is the Magic Purple. So this is a thermal changing polygel. Okay, so first you want to make sure that you have dehydrated your nails. You can use a dehydrator, or you can use a lint-free pad with alcohol on it. And then you go in with 2 layers of the protein bond. So I know if not most people, would have cut the nails down. It's really up to you. For me, it helps with the shaping, and it helps me not end up with an extremely wide nail. And I personally don't mind seeing my nails under my enhancements. It's really up to you. I've never heard anyone say that it adds strength or takes away strength from the nails or anything like that. It just might be an aesthetic thing. But the main thing for me is it does help me with the shaping. So I went in with 2 coats of the protein bond, and then I'm going to go in with the base coat. So this base coat is pretty thick, and you want to ensure that you are avoiding your cuticles and sidewalls. So because this is the first product you're applying, this is like your first thing that you're going to do that's, well, aside from the protein bond, but this is the first thing that you're applying that you will get lifting if it is on your cuticles and if it is on your sidewalls. So again, this is a thicker base coat, so you want to be extra careful that you don't get anything on your cuticles or your sidewalls. So apply the base coat. I cure my base coat for 60 seconds. I know a lot of people also do it for 30 seconds. I don't think it really matters, but I just do it for 60. So I'm going to use the paper forms, and to apply it, you kind of grab the sides of the paper form and then slide it under the nail. Most people wouldn't have nail here, so you just slide it under the free edge. Your free edge might be considerably shorter than mine. You want to make sure also that the paper form is going straight out, that the nail is flush, the paper form is not slanted down, it's going straight out at a 90-degree angle. The other thing you want to make sure with the paper form, it helps if there's a line down the middle of the paper form that you keep that line in the center of the nail. Before I started applying the polygel, I figured out how long I want the nails. I'm going to the line on top of the 3. So this application, this nail, my thumbnail, I'm doing 3 different balls of polygel. The first one I apply, and I'm going to build out my tip. So I'm going to take it all the way to that line that I wanted. I'm going to shape it. I'm going to do kind of a tapered square. So I'm going to shape it and smooth it out. I don't want, at any point, I kind of want to make sure I get all the lumps and bumps out of the nail. So I flash cure that for 20 seconds, and then I'm going in with my second bead. And again, earlier I did mention this is a thermal changing polygel, so that's why now the tip is clear. So for my second ball, I start to build out my apex. So it's not where the apex starts, it's kind of where the apex ends. So I'm going to smooth that out and then bring the rest of that polygel out to the tip. If the tip was too thin, then that extra polygel will help. And you want to just keep the shape that you've already started. So you can just keep playing with keep playing with your sidewalls and the tip to make sure that you keep the shape that you originally started with. And whenever the polygel starts to stick, dip it in your slip solution a little bit more. With this slip solution, I did find I was using a lot. I swatched these colors and I swatched the entire kit. I'll leave the link below. And I found with the translucent colors, they were a little bit more stickier than the opaque colors. But in applying this set, I did use a lot of slip solution. I usually use alcohol instead of slip solution, but I just wanted to try the entire kit and get the feel for it. But I did use a lot of slip solution with this translucent color. Okay, so anyways, I apply the third bead of polygel, bead or ball, and I place that where the apex is going to start, and I just pat it down to the cuticle area. And after I pat it down to the cuticle area, I make sure my sidewalls are covered, but they're pretty thin. And then I just smooth the rest of the polygel out. I try and get it as smooth as possible so I don't have to do as much filing. So as you're patting and smoothing the polygel, you want to look at the nail from different angles. You want to make sure that you you aren't going in too thick. You want to make sure all the areas are covered. You want to make sure there's not any like major dips in the polygel. Like I said, you want to try and get it as smooth as possible so you don't have to do as much filing. And then you also want to look at the structure of your nail. I'm still working on the structure. I'm getting a lot better at my shaping. So I try and get my apex in the middle of my natural nail bed and then extend it out to towards the tip, but it shouldn't go all the way to the tip. So it should kind of be like a small, like little slope, but you want to keep the sides of your nails straight. So hopefully that makes sense. If not, then just let me know in the comments below and then I could try and explain it a little bit better. But let me know if that makes sense. So with the next two nails, I only use two beads, and for me personally, the three is a lot easier to work with. But I wanted to show another way of how to apply the polygel. So you still want to build out the tip, and you can do that, but you can also leave some of the gel in the apex area, so you don't have to bring it all to the tip. And so like you can see, this nail does take me a little bit more time to get smooth, to get the shape. Like I said, I do prefer using 3 balls instead of the 2. And you can also see here, I'm going through a lot of this slip solution. So if you're just beginning, I would try to do the 3 balls instead of the 2. I think it's just a lot easier to work with. So for here, the second ball, you place it where you would have placed the 3rd ball on the first nail that I did. So you place the second ball on this nail where the apex begins, and then you just pat that down to the cuticle. So it was pretty hot and it was pretty warm in my house, so that's why you see that polygel on the other finger moving. But for the most part, if I had the AC on or a fan on, I probably wouldn't have gotten as much movement from the polygel. Usually it stays in place. So I kind of, not that I struggled, but it was a little bit harder to get the nails that I did 2 balls of polygel with as smooth as I wanted to. So those nails kind of took a little bit longer. So after I flash cured between each ball, and then at the end I cured the entire thing for 60 seconds. So after the nails come out of the light, I am going to do some filing. I did file this whole set with the 100 180 grit file. I did not have to use my e-file on this set. Usually with polygel, you don't have to use anything too coarse on it. It is really soft and it files pretty easily. So you just see me going in, filing my tip, getting it square, filing my side walls, trying to get them thin, and just comparing the pointer finger on my right and my left hand just to make sure my shaping matches. Some people are good. They apply it pretty well and they don't have to do as much shaping, but I'm still pretty new at this. And shaping has never been the easiest part for me. So you also see me going over the top of the nail with the file. You can take off any bulk and you can get the rest of the nail smooth. So after that, I'm going to apply some crystals to my nail. And what I use is this Born Pretty nail glue. And then I'm going to use the top coat. So I apply with a gel brush 1 layer on the entire nail of the 1 layer of the nail glue to the entire nail. I do not cure it. I immediately put my top coat right on top of it. I don't cure that either. So I put the nail glue, which is a gel, and then I put the top coat, and then I just start to apply my crystals. You do want to make sure that before you go in to cure this, that nothing has the glue or the gel, the top coat, hasn't gone into your sidewalls or your cuticle. You will also get lifting if you do this. If you work fast, then you should be fine. But if you work a little bit slow like me, you just want to look at it before curing. After I apply the crystals, I cure this for 2 minutes. I found that when I was only curing it for 60 seconds, I would lose some of my crystals, but I just want to make sure that everything is completely dry and those crystals are not going to pop off and I'm not going to find them all over my house. So apply the nail glue, which is a gel, apply your top coat, apply your crystals, and then you could move them around however you want. Check your cuticles, check your sidewalls, and then cure for 2 minutes. These crystals also did come in the kit. I will leave the link below to my unboxing and swatching of the products in the kit so you can get a better idea of everything that it comes with. Also, my new upload schedule is going to be on Wednesdays for Watch Me Wednesdays. So you'll watch me work, do my own nails, do some practice sets, and on Fridays and Sundays. So those will be like swatching videos and other product review videos. If you guys have any video suggestions, please leave me something you'd like to see in the comments below, and then I will definitely see if I can get that done for you. Anyway, so you can see me dipping my hands in a big ass bowl of ice water, and that is the color of the polygel when it is cold. It does say magic purple. It's more on the pinkish side of purple in my opinion. So there's my set. And if you guys are not already subscribed, please do consider subscribing, and please hit the notification bell so you won't miss any of my videos. Also, please check out my giveaway video that will be linked below as well. Thanks for watching.